Good day, folks. It's Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I am documenting our first steps on healing this old roadway that was left here when the developers put this road in. Clear up there on that horizon is the blacktop. So there's about over half a mile of road back into here, and all it's doing is washing away because they only put down one load of rock. And so I'm taking my bucket here full of fescue. I just emptied about 30 pounds with me this morning. I'm telling you what, this is one nice little Red Devil, made in America of all things. I guess it's for just about everything. Granular fertilizer, seed, ice. You can spread ice melt in the wintertime with it. I've had this thing forever. It's probably 20 years old. It still works like a brand new one. I love it. I put down 30 pounds here in about probably 15 minutes. It comes out just as fast as you can turn the handle. It puts a nice even spread. Anyway, I'm getting ready to put the other half a bale down. I fed half a bale here yesterday. And if I'm backing into the wind, I'm trying to save you all the wind noise. I want to show you all what they did yesterday. I had a really bad bare spot where you can see where it's washing. It's washed all the dirt. I'm down to clay and rock where they put the rock, and the bulls are coming. I've got to get going because they're going to be out there rubbing on that bale. I'll get it spread in a minute, guys. Anyway, so I put it down intentionally thick, and then I had enough left over this morning because they didn't eat it all. When you put it on thick, they manure on it, step on it, and that's what that is right there. All this left over was in clumps here. And so I took my pitchfork and I seeded it, and then I spread the manure-laden hay on top of it. Folks, you can't ask for a better mulch than manure-laden hay. It's got the fertility, it's got the carbon, the mulch and the organic matter. I mean, look at that. This is just half a bale. Then I get the other half a bale. So what I'm doing is I seeded that road this morning. I was just focusing on these dirt banks like this. You can see where they cut this out with a skid steer. They took all the dirt off. And I'm like, you know what? No more rock than there is on that road. I just seeded it. I ran a seed right down the middle of that gravel road. And you can see it. You can see the seed. And so I'm going to unroll that hay right down the middle of this gravel road. And in the morning, there'll be hay left like this, and I'll spread it out. And I'm going to continue to do this all the way to that highway up there. And I'll bet you by fall, it's going to be hard to find this road. Because the fescue, that's what I'm putting down. That's what's out here. I'm not going to fight what's here. We have a ton of other grasses mixed in with the fescue because of the grazing management. And the previous landowner, Brian, he had a really good mix in here too. There's a lot of warm season on this farm as I go east. We're on the west side of it, which is dominated more by fescue and orchard grass and brome. Timothy, watch it. I'm going to take off now. I'm going to have to end this video because I don't think I can do it. Y'all just put your plugs in. You're going to get some wind. This is the real farm. I'm not in a lab somewhere or a recording studio. This is wind. Did y'all know there's real wind in the world? That's what you get here. If you don't like it, you know, I'm sorry. I'll give you a refund. But, you know, sometimes it's just the way it happens. So this morning, you're gonna get some wind. And I'll try and talk a little louder so you can hear. You see what's going on behind me. I'm rolling it right up this road. When I get to the end up here, I'm gonna have enough left to turn around and go back. So I'm gonna double spread it. Now I'm coming up in the wind. See if my turkeys are still over there. Yep. There's a whole flock of turkeys over here on the far ridge. As long as you stay away from them, don't get too close to them, they don't run off. There's around 12 of them. There's a gobbler and a bunch of hens strutting out there in our, just east of us. They've been there all morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and put another layer right here beside this one. Look out, guys. Of course, they're gonna manure it up. That's what I want them to do. I don't want them to eat it all. If they eat it all, I won't have any mulch. Look out, guys. Look out. It's putting out some more feed. Look out. There's a parking lot right up here on top. This is our cul-de-sac, they called it. I think that well, from this point, there was a house over there. There was one over there. There was one down that ridge. And there was two to the north of me here. But this is the cul-de-sac where they all join. We got a cul-de-sac of cattle here. That's all we got. No houses. Oh, there is houses. Somebody said, well, Greg, you built a bunch of houses. And well, we did. Bird houses. So we put up about, on this new farm now, we've got probably around 70 to 80 new bird houses. And I just saw tree swallows here when I pulled up. They're checking these, which house suits them best. That's what they're doing. So I'm gonna turn around. I'm actually gonna back this cul-de-sac, and it'll be real thick right here. So I know I'll have hay in the morning to spread out with my pitchfork. Oops, I gotta do this. So you gotta hold on the red button and just hit reverse. There I went. I went into reverse, and now I can roll it off backwards. It'll come off a lot thicker. Okay, that's a really tight bale. Tell me, you're buying hay, you want a tight bale. Get more hay. We buy all of our hay. We don't own any haying equipment. By doing that, I'm keeping other people in business. My hay contractors, they get to make some money too. You know, nothing wrong with spreading the wealth around. And I found out a long time ago, I don't like doing hay. I'm not very good at it. You got to pick out what you're good at. And to me, haying is a profession, and you need to be good at it. You got to have the right equipment too. It certainly helps. I'm going to put a bunch of it down right here. There she goes. Got a lot of good fertilizer being put down by these cows. Or not cows, bulls. Bulls and steers. Look at them. They're trampling in the seed. That's the other thing I didn't mention. Oh, I got 4 hooves. Every step they take, they're putting 4 hooves down. And so they're making good seed to soil contact. In this instance, folks, this driveway is about 50% dirt. There's hardly any rock showing. I was gonna scrape up my rock, and I got to looking at it, and I'm like, all I'm gonna do is, I think that's good. They shut it off. All I'm gonna do is make a mess. So the dirt / gravel road is flat, and it's got dirt showing. And folks, one thing about sowing any kind of small grass seed, the more firmer the seed bed, the better it comes up. You don't want a fluffy seed bed. If you have a fluffy seed bed, the seed will germinate, and then when it goes to put its roots down, the roots go into this real fluffy soil, and the root hairs get dry because there's no compaction there, and the plant dies. It always amazed me when Johnny would leave a pond building site where he had his dozer, right where the track imprints were on the ground. That's where I got the best grass stand. I'm like, well, why is that grass seed coming up so good in that dozer track? Well, it's compacted. It's got a nice hard surface. You wouldn't think a little grass seed could get started in there, but it will if you put hay over it. And I far prefer hay as a mulch as I do straw. First of all, we can't find straw around here. Second, straw blows really bad, and there's a lot of wind up here. The straw will end up all down in that pond, down yonder. And of course you won't get consumption with straw like you will hay. These cows, or these bulls and steers, are eating it, pooping on it, peeing on it, stomping on it. And see, I've got the seed down. So this whole thing here, everything I rolled here in the morning will just be manure. There's gonna be manure. You know, all the hay's gonna be manured on like this. See that? And that softens up your ground. It holds moisture. It brings earthworms. It adds fertility. It's a win-win when you're trying to heal ground. So I'm gonna keep up with this, and I'm gonna keep a progress report as we go toward F. We still got a long ways to go. But I've got 11 bales. No, what was funny is I found out, I only thought I had 12 up there. There was 15. So I found 3 that I didn't know I had up there. So I got 14 bales left, and we're doing about half a bale a day, just to kind of give them something to chew on. And I'm giving them this strip up here on top, all the way back to that woods. It's 1,300 feet long by 100 feet wide. And so there's quite a bit of grazing up there, and the grass is coming. I just need a little bit more time. So I'm gonna jack this up, and while I'm talking about the bale unroller, folks, don't unroll your bale with this hook on. I see people doing videos with my bale unroller, and 50% of them or more have this on, have this hook on. Well, if you have that hook on, as you're unrolling your bale, what's happening is that strap's doing this all over the field because of the terrain, and it's putting excess wear on your gears and your strap, and you're gonna wear your gears out. So don't do that. So I'm gonna crank it up now. Just turn it that direction. It's actually a boat winch. It's a geared boat winch. So I'm gonna jack it up off the ground. There's just a little nubbin in here. I'll just leave it here because I know the bulls are gonna waste some of it. There it goes. And I'll have more hay there to fork in the morning. Oh, you know what? I didn't put my brake on. It was fine while it was on the ground. You know, out here at Rucker, when you're on hills, put your brake on. I've only had one vehicle get away from me, and it was when I lived at the log cabin, and I was getting ready to go to work. I left the vehicle idling in my driveway because it did not have a parking brake. And when I came back out, my vehicle was in the pond. That's right. Took off down the hill, and there's a big wave still in the pond when I got there. And yeah, it crashed into the pond. Luckily, it didn't go below the engine. So I shut it off, of course, and I had somebody come and pull me out. But I'm like, where did my truck go? And thankfully, it was an old truck. It was a 065 Chevy truck. And I called it Old Blue. That was my old truck that I did all my farm chores and such with. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out here. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see you next time. See some of y'all at the grading school. That's coming up in May. Check it out, greenpasturesfarm.net. You can still sign up. There's some spots still available. Hope to see some of y'all there. Take care.